Most people think confidence is something you're born with. But what if I told you it's not? What if confidence was something you could create, starting today? Look, if you've ever thought you weren't confident enough to speak up, try new things, or just be yourself around people, you're definitely not alone. Confidence isn't about being fearless or perfect. It's about learning to trust yourself. And trust me, becoming confident is way simpler than most people make it out to be. Here's the thing, when you're not confident, it feels like everyone else has something you don't. Like they were born knowing how to just own a room, while you're stuck overthinking every little thing. Should I say something now? Will they think I'm weird if I do? What if I mess up? Sound familiar? Confidence, or rather the lack of it, stops you from doing so many things. You hesitate to ask questions in class. You avoid making new friends. You don't speak up at work. It's frustrating. You know what you could say. You know how capable you are, but something holds you back. And then you see someone else just doing it effortlessly. What's the difference? The problem is, we've been conditioned to think confidence is this rare gift that only some people have. But what if I told you, the only difference between you and that confident person is that they've learned how to build it? Let's break down confidence, because it's not what most people think. It's not about having all the answers or being the best at something. In fact, you can still be confident even if you're bad at something. Real confidence is about being okay with where you're at right now and trusting yourself to figure things out along the way. Here's where a lot of people get it wrong. They think they need to be perfect to feel confident. So they wait. They wait until they've mastered the skill, until they're the smartest person in the room, or until they look exactly the way they think they should. But let's be real. Perfection doesn't exist. And if you're waiting for perfection, you'll be waiting forever. Think about someone you admire. Maybe a friend, a celebrity, whoever. Do you think they're perfect? Probably not. But you still see them as confident because they're okay with their imperfections. Confidence isn't about perfection. It's about owning your flaws, quirks, and everything else that makes you you. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking confidence will come before action. They believe that one day they'll magically feel ready. But here's the secret. Confidence comes after you take action, not before. Let's say you're terrified of public speaking. You've convinced yourself you'll never be good at it, so you avoid it. But avoiding it just makes the fear grow. The only way to build confidence in something like public speaking is to start small. Maybe that means speaking in front of a mirror, then in front of a few friends, then in front of a group. Every time you do it, even if it's uncomfortable, you get a little more confident. Confidence is built through experience, not waiting for the right moment. Here's a controversial idea. Confidence comes from failing. I know, sounds weird, right? But hear me out. Every time you fail, you're given the chance to learn and improve. Think about when you learned how to ride a bike. You probably fell a few times, right? But each fall taught you something, and eventually you got better. The same applies to confidence. When you fail and get back up, you prove to yourself that you can handle setbacks. That's real confidence. It's not about never making mistakes, but about knowing you can handle whatever comes your way, mistakes and all. Another way to build confidence is by saying yes to more opportunities, even when you're unsure. It's easy to turn things down because you're afraid of messing up or looking dumb. But here's a question. What's the worst that could happen? You mess up, learn something, and move on. When you start saying yes more often, you give yourself more chances to grow. Sure, it might be uncomfortable at first, but that's how you stretch your comfort zone. The more you do it, the easier it becomes, and suddenly, things that used to scare you don't seem so bad anymore. So, here's the key moment. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's this: confidence is a skill. Just like learning how to cook or drive a car, it's something you can work on and improve. It's not a trait you're born with, and it's not reserved for a select few. Think about that for a second. You can literally start building your confidence today by taking small actions, accepting that failure is part of the process, and trusting that you'll figure things out as you go. Doesn't that make confidence seem a little less intimidating? And here's the best part. Once you start building confidence in one area of your life, it spreads. You'll find yourself feeling more comfortable speaking up, trying new things, and taking risks in other parts of your life too. It's like a snowball effect, except instead of snow, it's pure self-belief. All right, so let's sum it all up. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being okay with where you are, taking action even when you're scared, and embracing failure as part of the learning process. The more you do things that make you uncomfortable, the more confident you become. It's that simple. Remember, confidence is a skill, and like any skill, the more you practice, the better you get. You don't need to wait for some magical moment when you feel ready. Start small, take action, and watch your confidence grow over time. Want to keep growing your confidence? Watch this next video. It's going to help you take it to the next level.